Hello, everybody. I'm Don Counts, and welcome into Fayetteville Public Utilities. I have our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye, with us here today. Britt, it's been a while. We hadn't done this. I think we might have missed a month, so we're going to get caught up on some things. We had some fundraisers here for the Smith family, and they were very successful.
Yes, they were, and we really do appreciate the community support and making it very successful.
Absolutely. We have still some really nice T-shirts, maroon T-shirts with their names on it, and it's really nice. And we have those out in the lobby, and I have one, and I really like it, so I have to get me another one. Water project update. We were on the radio just about every morning for our, I guess, 2, maybe 3 months where you were on the square and trying to keep everybody informed on what's going on, and sounds like you're wrapping up. Well,
we're trying to wrap up. You know, we still got some paving to do. Sunday night is scheduled to do the strips on the north side and the west side to meet TDOT specifications on what we have to do there. And then, we're working with the city and see when we're going to get started on the south side and the east side, and maybe some of the East Market Street of getting it paved as well. So it's just time consuming and scheduling with pavers.
Yeah, that's going to make things look nice and smooth things out, and hopefully we won't have to dig back in. I
hope not.
That's the goal. Our water quality report is out, and that's something we do every year, mandated to do, and we have that information out on our website and across to our people. One thing about that is we do a really good job with our water, bringing water from the Elk River and making it drinkable water through the membrane filter systems. I know that's something you're proud of, and Fayetteville should be really proud to have such good drinking water.
Well, it's updated technology, and we're getting ready to start changing some filters out. It's a process that's got to be done every so often, so we'll be getting ready to do that. And we do have good quality drinking water, which is very safe, and we have to go through all the requirements by the state and EPA and TDEC and all those departments to be sure that everything is where it needs to be.
Yep, it's checked and double checked, and it's really good water, and you can look at the water quality report. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We just looked at August the 11th. That's 8/11, which is 811 day. We just now figured that out right before we got going. 811 is very important. Safe digging projects, and Britt, I know you deal with people all the time who might not dial that number.
Well, it's benefits the customer if you dial that 811 number. It doesn't cost anything for us to come out and locate, or if it's AT&T or if it's any other cable provider. It can save you money, because if you don't get it located and something happens, you dig into it, whoever it is that's got the underground utilities, you'll be getting billed for it.
Yep. 811, or visit TENN, let's see, TENN811.com. Do it at least 3 days before locating. What happens when they do dial that? We get a notification here, then you send someone out?
Yes, we get a ticket here, then we know to go out and locate, and it just takes a little time, but we got a requirement that we have to meet for a call in for a locate. So it's best that you do that. Like I said, it saves you money. If you were to hit something, especially fiber these days, it's very expensive for a repair.
Absolutely, and it's probably not on here, but we're getting close to dove season, and that's coming up, I guess, in a month, and we usually have people shooting into the lines, causing all kind of problems with their fiber.
Yes, we do, and it's the same. We try to, if we get notified in time, if we got a fiber drop or something that's hanging, where we could drop it down enough. But you shoot birds off of fiber or coax lines, and the landowner, whoever is responsible for that. So, we billed several people this past year, and we really don't like for that to happen, because it cuts the service out. And, people work from home now, and it's a very valuable service to those that need that fiber and cable installation of getting them service so they can work. So, it's treated the same as the underground, and, people are held responsible.
It's wrong in every way to be shooting birds off power lines or any kind of line whatsoever. So people do it, and it definitely causes problems. Another thing people do that's wrong in every way, and that's putting signs on utility poles. They've been doing that for your whole career, I'm sure. And
Forever.
we've been trying to get people not to do that because it causes problems. Explain how it is from a lineman's standpoint of trying to climb a pole where those
Well, there's several reasons. Number one, when you go to climbing a pole, your hooks hit those nails or staples and all that and makes them slip and fall. Then once they slip and fall, you got all the nails again, that's on the poles itself or signs, and it cuts them up pretty bad. So that's the reason that we asked not to put signs on our poles. Plus if you're going to attach to a pole, it costs you to make an attachment to the pole. So I don't think you'll want to pay that cost either.
Well, if you're a lineman and you're fixing to have to climb a pole with a sign, I guess you just need to take the sign down, I guess.
Well, it won't be taken down. It'd be knocked off because, that's what they're told to do. If you got signs on a pole, if it's a backboard with a basketball rim or anything else, they're told to knock it off the pole because you don't have the right to be on the pole. Gotcha.
Another thing that's wrong in every way, people don't move over. We have that problem. I see it all the time, and it's sad that people just don't pay enough attention to see our linemen and our crews, all of our people on the side of the road. All we're doing to ask you, it's the law to move over.
It is the law, and there's so many different instances that we have experienced by having road signs out and cones out, and how many times they've been ran over by somebody not paying attention, either on the cell phone or thinking about something different. But working at night, it was safer working at night, but we had some, the closer they got to the work zone, the faster they got.
I think I saw a stat not too long ago that 75% of the people don't move over. That's unreal when this law's been around for how long? I know you were probably involved in trying to get that moved over law with TECA moved up where it's against the law.
We did, and we worked very hard to get that put in place. And, it's protect our people out there that's doing that job, and it's hard enough to concentrate on what you're doing, especially, you don't have time. We didn't have flaggers out, and we had flaggers out one night on the square, and somebody got upset because they got stopped because we had things out in the middle of the road and got out and wanted to fight with the flagger. That's totally uncalled for, and it's unacceptable. So people need to get better and move over like you're supposed to, abide by the law, and protect our workers.
Absolutely, move over law is something very, very important. One thing we got going on right now is the summer heat. When me and you talk, it's either cold or hot. Well, it's hot now, and so that's definitely hard on the employees. I know you're helping them every way you can with Gatorades and things like that. Yes,
and they've been, we have our safety meetings of what you're supposed to do when it's heated like this, just like we do when it's cold. But, you got to hydrate, and they're all focused on getting that done because it is hot with the tight work that's being performed out there, especially, when they're down in the ditch where you don't get any air. But then when you're wearing those rubber gloves and, it's really bad and it's tough, but, that's part of the job.
Well, with the summer heat, there will be some higher bills, and there's some things you can do by going to our website and go to energy saving tips with energyrot.com. Plus, we have budget billing. That kind of levelizes the billing. That's been around for a long time. That helps out for people when they're having high bills like right now.
Yes, we got several different programs. If you just call in and check or come by and meet with our customer service folks out front, and we will help you set up a program to help you, minimize your bills as much as we can, especially with the budget billing. But at the same time, as hot as it is, it's not the same. Well, 3 days ago it was this degrees and we didn't pull that much, or last month. But, you got heating degree days. The heat pump or whatever you may be using to cool the house, it tries to make up the difference of the temperature on the outside of what you want on the inside. So that unit, it's going to run. It's going to run a lot longer time based on where you got the settings.
As hot as it's been lately, it's a blessing to have air conditioning, but I don't know how it works sometime with that kind of heat that we've been having. Another thing that you can do to maybe save you some time is get on the bank draft program. That works really easy. All you have to do is bring a voided check by and get that going, and then you don't have to worry about the bill every month. It'll just come out.
That's right. People pay with Smart Hub and several different things now too. And you can look up on Smart Hub if you get on that app, and you can see what you're running as far as what your load has been and what kind of bill you may be expecting. So there's a lot of information that's available to our customers. If you use it, it can benefit you.
That's right. You look at the Smart Hub app, and you'll automatically move your thermostat up a little bit. You'll find out how how cool you really are. One thing that has been going on since I think 2010 is the Student Utility Board. You might talk a little bit about that, and then we'll talk about who our students are.
Well, I know we got another class coming in this month, month of August, and we're looking forward into their new group, and we always appreciate the students that come in and show interest to be able to be part of what goes on at FPU.
We've got a great group of alumni from 2010, but this year, the 2025-26, Lincoln County High School is Sam Sanders, Olivia Phelps, and Maris Golden. And then Fayetteville High School, Winston Stillman, Kaylee Gross, and DJ Shockley. And then from Riverside Christian Academy, we have Mitchell Fairchild. We're looking forward to meeting them coming up next week, as you said. And school starts back pretty quick, and we have a lot of those programs that we do to let people know what we do here at FPU.
Right.
FPU offers free programs to our local schools to educate students on electrical and natural gas safety as well. Interested teachers can contact Nikki Tucker here at 433-1522, and we can get you on the schedule for this next year. Her extension is 121. Telecom, we got internet going just about everywhere now. It'd be a good time to get that hooked up to your house. We're installing a lot of new customers this year.
Yes, we are, and we're getting more out into the rural community every day and hooking up several more customers. I think we're pushing over 5,000 customers at the present time now with broadband, and that means a lot to us because you got so many competitors out there that's also increasing their customer count. So, if you want to hook up with FPU Internet and if we're available, we'll get you hooked up.
Yeah, I talked to a guy this weekend who lives out in the middle of nowhere, and he had our FPU Internet, which I couldn't believe they were even out there. But anyway, I'm proud, and he's proud he's got it. And I think most people who have it are very, very proud that they have it. If you want to find out what's going on here at Fayetteville Public Utilities, we have social media. You can follow Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, and YouTube. That's where this program is, and you can visit our website at fpu-tn.com, and we appreciate everybody who checks us out, and we try to keep everybody informed, and that's something that you took pride in during the Square project, and then we have a project over on 3rd Avenue, and then also the project going down south, the sewer project.
That is correct, and when you talk about social media, it can be a good thing or a bad thing, and you need to be more positive if you want to post things on social media. Just be sure you got the correct information of putting things out there. I know that we've been having some operations on some lines throughout the county as well, and a little bit of water issues, but your lights are going to blink some, and we can't control lightning, we can't control wind, we can't control trees by how we get them cut, and a lot of trees are dying, which is the ash trees. It's causing us some problems. I know that we've had problems down around Huey, and finally found a little bitty tree frog that got on gap arresters on a transformer. Wow. Sometimes things are easy to find, and there's times that it's not easy to find. But I guarantee you, if we know about it, we're out looking for it and try to correct the problem. But just be sure you got the right information when you go to posting stuff on social media. Yeah,
there's a lot of misinformation out there for sure. Let's talk briefly about 3rd Avenue, how that project's going.
It's going good. We should finish up on the main line today all the way down to Shady Lane, and then what we have to do is the same thing, same steps of what we performed around the square. We have to get water on the line, we have to get it back T-tested, then we have to start hooking up connections to the services, which is going to take a little bit because on one side of the road, if you're on the left side going toward the school, it's short services, so they should go pretty quick. But now on the right side of the road going toward the school, the services are going to be longer. We don't know if we're going to have to bore under the road to replace the services or if we're going to have to cut the road to get the services replaced.
What made you pick that area there to work on? Was there some problems in that area?
Yeah, well, we got problems in that area with the aging infrastructure, but also we're trying to follow the paving schedule that's out by the city of what they call priority streets. And so we're trying to follow that schedule the best we can. But there's going to be some times where we won't be able to follow that schedule because we got all the equipment, we got the material and everything, right there in an area that we can work on another street. If it's right there beside picking up all your material and moving all the way across town to do a priority street. But we're working with the city the best we can to make that happen.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the sewer project on the Huntsville Highway. I've had a lot of people ask. It's a pretty fascinating situation where you actually bring the pipe out of the ground from one manhole to another, and then explain what's happening in the existing pipe.
Well, what that is what you see laying on the ground is what we call bypass. And the bypass gets it from one manhole to another, so you can work on the pipe that goes from that manhole to the other manhole underground. And then you have to shoot this filler in there, then it expands and it comes like a new pipe to make connections. So that just gets the wastewater out of the existing pipe, and that's what's running through the pipes that's laying on top of the ground to another manhole.
That's pretty high tech, and a lot of people ask. One thing you might mention, I don't know what I think you called them gates, but there's things you have to cross. I guess going underneath those gates, going into businesses, is the sewer is actually flowing underneath there.
Right. Now, if we can get a line, temporary through a culvert or something like that, if it's available, that's what we try to do. But you got the 12-foot gates. I think the other size is 20-foot gates, and they're very hard to get across. And the contractors has been notified of this, of how, when you turn in off the highway, people have to be patient because you got to really slow down, and you got to line yourself straight up through that 12-foot gate. It's pretty tight. You can't go in through there at an angle. Yeah. And, if you line up straight, you won't have a problem getting through the gates. But to try to keep the businesses open of doing this work, that's what has to be in place.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like a little, almost like a little bump getting in. It is a bump.
Like a speed bump, yeah.
Like a speed bump, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So just be careful crossing through there. It's very important to be careful again, because we're back in a construction zone, and they have it marked off pretty well, but I know it is a little bit aggravating getting in and out of businesses.
Yeah, everybody's like me. Everybody's in a hurry. You got to be patient, and I'm one that don't have a lot of patience, so I understand when they complain about that happening. I totally understand, but, we're trying to do the best we can of keeping everything up and running for all the customers, just like we did around the square. The customers around the square work with us very, very well, and not everything's perfect in the project because we ran across things that we didn't expect, but it's fixed now. We know exactly what we have around the square, which is very old infrastructure. So and that's what we're going to find in some of these areas that we will be replacing water lines, or if it's sewer lines. We're checking out something on Mulberry Avenue right now. I know the TDOT put a steel plate down in that area of a pothole that's forming out there on that street. So, there's a lot of work going on. We're boring out there to bypass and 64 highway as well to get ready to run this new water line all the way out Mulberry Avenue out to the bypass and tie right there. So, we replaced all the hydrants around the square. Got good fire flow right now, and it's going to get better when we make the tie to the 12-inch. So, a lot of improvements, better service for our customers.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else before we go?
I appreciate everybody's patience. Just be sure you got correct information, and we'll be glad to give you correct information.
All you have to do is call us, 433-1522. Somebody here will talk to you and get you on the straight and narrow.
Absolutely.
I think the biggest news here is we didn't know you was a patient man. You're a patient man.
Very patient man.
Very patient man. None of us in the room knew that, but okay.
Well, it's just, we do a lot of positive things.
That's true.
And, when you get ready to talk to the public of being positive, be more positive on your post. Don't be so negative all the time, because, we don't get the positive posts of when your lights don't go out, or if
That's
you
true.
flip the switch and your lights come on, or you got water when you turn it on and flush the commode. I mean, be more positive about what you got, because you take everything for granted and you don't know how good you got it till it's not there.
Yeah, we are very blessed, and we do have a lot that we're so fortunate to have, and a lot of places don't have that. And so, anyway, we appreciate all of our people here who are working out in the heat, and we're just going to do our best to take care of them and keep on keeping on when we're needed, we're there.
Absolutely. It's just like every service that we offer. If we had a perfect system, then nobody will have anything to do, in which I wish we did have a perfect system. But it's getting better, and we're going to have problems, and that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, one thing that you've talked about so much is the aging infrastructure, and that's in all the services. I mean, when you put pipes in the ground or lines above the ground, poles, everything has a lifespan, and seem like it's all going out about the same time. Some like
Right. And sometimes we have big outages. When you talk about power lines, we have some lines that's got 700-800 customers, and it's spread. We got a very rural area of where we serve power, and you're going to have problems.
That's true.
We expect to have problems, but if your light's blinking on and off, that means the equipment is operating like it's supposed to. And we're not having brownouts. I think we saw one post of having brownouts. We're not having brownouts.
Mm-hmm.
It's just operations caused by wrecks.
Yeah, a lot of that.
And like I said earlier, trees and varmints and all those kinds of things.
Trees seem to, with all the rain, have grew unbelievably, and it's definitely causing some problems here and there, and just hard to keep up with all that kind of growth.
It is, and the guys are working hard, and but only get so much done a day, and they're not dragging their feet. They're out working very, very hard. All of our employees work very, very hard.
Yep, and we appreciate them, and we appreciate you keeping us straight. And you're in your 48th year now. Is that right? Fixing to be 48. You done forgot.
No, I haven't forgot.
Okay. 49th year. Okay, wow. So we're about a year away from a big celebration of 50 for sure. Well, we appreciate all you've done and your time here, and we're looking forward to you being back here next month, and we will talk a little bit more about some of the other things we got going on, and got a big month ahead as we're getting ready for school to start, and so many new projects as they're continuing, and you got projects you got to finish. So.
Yeah, we got a lot going on, and a 3-year project on the water especially, and we're still making improvements, new technology, and everything else, building new power lines. So very busy.
All right, sounds good. CEO, General Manager Britt Dye from Fayetteville Public Utilities here this morning, and letting us know what all is going on around our utility. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Don Counts, and we'll see you back here next month.